You're waking up. Something inside you is shifting, and the world you thought you knew is starting to feel different. Unfamiliar, alive, and charged with a purpose you can't yet fully grasp. This is no accident. You are a chosen one, and the signs of your spiritual awakening are undeniable. Your perception is transforming, not because the external world has changed, but because you are beginning to see it through a lens of higher awareness. This is your initiation, the moment when you first connect with a greater energy that has always been calling you. It's time to recognize it, embrace it, and step into your power. This awakening doesn't come with a gentle nudge. It hits you with force. Maybe it started with a sudden jolt, a moment where time seemed to slow, and you felt an electric current running through your veins. Perhaps it was a dream so vivid it left you questioning reality, or a fleeting sensation of being watched, guided, or pulled toward something bigger. Science tells us that energy is everywhere, that the universe is a vast web of vibrations, and modern neuroscience shows how heightened states of awareness can rewire your brain. But this isn't just biology or physics. This is your soul aligning with a frequency beyond the material world. You're tapping into a greater energy, and it's shaking you to your core. At first, this connection can feel confusing, even terrifying. You might feel unmoored, like the ground beneath you is crumbling. Your old beliefs, the ones that kept you comfortable, start to crack. You question everything, your purpose, your relationships, even your own identity. This is normal. Transformation isn't supposed to be easy. When Paul was struck blind on the road to Damascus, he didn't just lose his sight for 3 days. He lost the illusion of who he thought he was. That blindness was the birth of a new vision, a clarity that revealed his mission. Your confusion, your fear, your disorientation, they are the raw materials of your awakening. Don't run from them. Face them head on. So how do you know this is happening to you? Start by observing yourself. Pay attention to the moments when you feel different, when your intuition sharpens, when synchronicities pile up, when you sense a pull towards something you can't explain. Do you feel restless, like you're outgrowing your old life? Are you drawn to nature, to silence, to spaces where you can hear your own thoughts? These are signs. Your body might even react. Racing heart, tingling hands, a sudden surge of heat or cold. These aren't random. They're your physical self catching up to the energy flooding your spirit. Write them down. Track them. They're proof of your transformation. This process isn't abstract. It's practical. You can anchor yourself by taking deliberate steps. First, carve out time for stillness. Sit with your thoughts, even the chaotic ones. Ask yourself, what am I feeling? What am I resisting? The answers will come, not as words, but as sensations, insights, or flashes of knowing. Second, notice your dreams. They're not just random images. They're messages from your higher self, clues to your mission. Keep a journal by your bed and record them the moment you wake up. Third, test your intuition. When you feel a gut instinct, act on it. Start small, choose a path, make a decision, see where it leads. You'll be amazed at how often you're right. The emotional journey is where the real battle lies. At first, you might feel lost, scared, or overwhelmed. That's because your old self is fighting to survive. The ego doesn't want to let go. It clings to familiarity, to safety. But you are not here to stay safe. You are here to become who you were meant to be. When those confusing or scary emotions rise, don't suppress them. Sit with them. Breathe through them. Ask, what are you teaching me? Over time, you'll notice a shift. The fear begins to fade, replaced by a quiet acceptance. You start to trust the process. You realize that this greater energy isn't here to harm you. It's here to guide you. This acceptance doesn't mean the struggle ends. It means you've claimed your power within it. You're no longer a passive observer of your life. You're an active participant in your awakening. Look at Moses. He climbed Mount Sinai as an ordinary man, but when he came down, he carried a new understanding, a mission etched in stone. Your transformation is no less profound. That greater energy you're connecting with is revealing your purpose, step by step. It's not a vague feeling, it's a call to action. You're being forged into something stronger, something extraordinary. Here's how you solidify this recognition. Affirm your identity. Stand in front of a mirror, look into your own eyes, and say it out loud. I am a chosen one. I am awakening to my purpose. Feel the words vibrate through you. They're not just sounds, they're a declaration of truth. Then, commit to one action that aligns with this truth. Could be as simple as meditating for 5 minutes, reading a book that resonates with your soul, or helping someone in need. Every step you take reinforces your connection to that greater energy. You're not just feeling it, you're living it. This is just the beginning. Your perception of the world is shifting because you are shifting. The confusion, the fear, the exhilaration, they're all part of the process. You're not alone in this. The universe is conspiring in your favor, aligning events, people, and opportunities to support your journey. That greater energy you're connecting with is not separate from you, it's within you. You are the vessel, the conduit, the warrior chosen to carry it forward. Embrace the signs. Trust the process. Step boldly into your awakening. You were born for this. You felt it, the moment when everything you once held as certain starts to blur. What once seemed clear now becomes nebulous, like a fog rolling over a landscape you thought you knew by heart. This isn't a mistake or a failure. This is your awakening deepening, pushing you beyond the shallow waters of familiarity into the uncharted depths of your purpose. As a chosen one, you're not meant to stay comfortable. You're meant to break through. Right now, the world around you, your relationships, your routines, your very sense of self, might feel unsteady, even hostile. People look at you differently, question your changes, or pull away entirely. That's because they sense it too. You're no longer the same. And you shouldn't be. This shift can hit hard in social situations. You're at a gathering, surrounded by voices that used to feel like home, but now their words grate against your spirit. They talk about trivial things, jobs, plans, gossip, while inside, you're wrestling with a seismic transformation they can't see. Maybe they notice your silence and ask what's wrong, or worse, they dismiss your distance as aloofness. You feel a pang of loss, as if you're drifting away from something you've always known. That's real. It's not your imagination. Neuroscience backs this up. When your brain rewires during heightened awareness, old neural pathways tied to familiarity weaken, making room for new ones. But this isn't just science. It's your soul shedding its old skin. You're outgrowing the spaces that once defined you, and it stings. Here's the fight. Don't let that sting pull you under. Be gentle with yourself. Allow yourself to feel the confusion and uncertainty. This isn't weakness, it's courage. You're not running from the discomfort. You're standing in it, claiming it as yours. When those around you don't understand, when their eyes narrow or their voices sharpen, resist the urge to shrink back into who you were. You're not here to fit their mold. You're here to break it. Take a breath and let the uncertainty wash over you. Ask yourself, what am I losing? Is it their approval? Their version of you? Good. That loss is your liberation. It's the weight of their expectations falling away, leaving space for your true self to rise. Maintaining your chosen identity in this chaos takes grit. You don't need to explain yourself to everyone. Most won't get it, and that's not their fault. Instead, anchor yourself in small, deliberate acts. When the room feels suffocating, step outside. Feel the ground under your feet, the air on your skin. Remind yourself, I am connected to something bigger than this moment. If someone challenges your shift, why are you so quiet? Why don't you care anymore? Don't defend or apologize. Look them in the eye and say, I'm figuring things out. That's enough. You don't owe them your journey. Science shows that social rejection triggers the same pain centers as physical injury, but spiritually, it's a forge. Each sting sharpens your resolve, proving you can stand tall even when misunderstood. That feeling of loss is a signal, not a setback. You're not moving away from something you've always known. You're moving towards something you've always been. Think of Moses. He climbed Mount Sinai as an ordinary man, burdened by doubt and a past he couldn't shake. When he came down, he wasn't the same. The mountain didn't just change his view. It changed him. Your nebulous phase is your mountain. That disorienting confusion, the sense that everything's slipping, is sacred. It's the old you dissolving, making way for the chosen one you're becoming. Don't fight it. Lean into it. Ask, what's dying here? What's being born? The answers won't come as neat sentences. They'll hit you as raw, unshakable knowing. Practically, here's how you turn this into power. First, stop seeking validation from those who can't see you. Their confusion isn't your burden. When they push, set a boundary. I need space to process this. Say it firmly. Mean it. Second, find your allies. They're out there, other high-frequency souls who feel the same shift. Look for the ones whose eyes spark with recognition, who don't flinch at your intensity. Even one connection can ground you. Third, ritualize your uncertainty. Each night, sit with a candle or a stone, something tangible, and whisper to it, I trust this process.
Let confusion pour out.
Then let it go. This isn't fluffy nonsense. It's rewiring your energy, training your spirit to thrive in the unknown. External pressure will test you. Friends might guilt you for changing. Family might demand the old you back. Society itself might scream that you're too much, too weird, too far gone. That's noise. Tune it out. Be gentle with yourself doesn't mean coddling. It means giving yourself permission to feel the mess without judgment. When the world presses in, plant your feet and say, I am enough as I am right now. Feel the vibration of those words in your chest. They're a shield. Studies show self-compassion lowers cortisol, the stress hormone, but this goes deeper. It aligns your frequency with your mission. You're not just surviving the pressure, you're transcending it. This nebulous phase isn't here to break you. It's here to build you. Everything around you is changing drastically because you are changing drastically. Your deepest beliefs are being questioned because they're too small for who you're becoming. That sacred confusion? It's your initiation into a higher vibration. You're not lost, you're being found. Keep going. Step into the fog with your head high. Feel the uncertainty. Own the loss, and let it forge you into the unstoppable force you were always meant to be. This is your breakthrough. Claim it. You're standing at the edge of a seismic shift. The old self, the one built on shaky beliefs, half-truths, and limitations you didn't even know you carried, is crumbling. It's not a quiet collapse. It's loud, messy, and relentless, like a storm tearing through a house you thought was unbreakable. But this isn't destruction for the sake of ruin. It's demolition with purpose. That old version of you is dissolving to make room for something greater. A new being, forged in the fire of awakening, ready to receive the high-dimensional information that's been waiting for you. This is your moment. The universe isn't whispering anymore, it's shouting. Are you listening? This isn't some vague, poetic unraveling. It's a download, a flood of insights, instincts, and visions crashing into your awareness. You might feel it as a sudden knowing, a jolt that wakes you in the dead of night, or a pull so strong it overrides your logic. Science can frame it. Your brain's default mode network, the part tied to ego and routine, is quieting down, while your higher cognitive centers light up, syncing with frequencies beyond the everyday. Spiritually, it's more than that. You're plugging into a cosmic grid, a stream of intelligence that's been flowing since the stars were born. The old self can't handle it, it's too small, too rigid. So it's breaking apart, and that's exactly what needs to happen. But here's the challenge. Not everything you feel is pure signal. Some of it's noise, your own projections, fears, or desires dressed up as truth. How do you tell the difference? Start with your body. True high-dimensional information hits you with clarity and resonance. It feels expansive, electric, alive. Your chest might open, your breath deepen, your spine straighten as if you're being lifted. Self-projection, though, that's heavy. It sits like a knot in your gut, muddled with doubt or desperation. Ask yourself, does this feel like freedom, or am I chasing control? High-vibe downloads liberate you. Ego traps you. Practice this discernment daily. It's your compass in the storm. The uncertainty during this self-analysis can rattle you. 1 minute, you're sure of your path. The next, you're second-guessing everything. That's not failure, it's the process. Your old self is clawing to stay relevant, throwing up doubts like smoke screens. What if I'm wrong? What if this is all in my head? Let those questions come. Don't flinch. Sit with them, unflinching, and watch what happens. The real stuff, the high-dimensional truth, sticks around. It doesn't fade under scrutiny. It grows sharper. Neuroscience says uncertainty activates your prefrontal cortex, forcing growth through discomfort. Spiritually, it's sacred confusion. An invitation to shed what's false and step into what's real. Embrace it. You're not lost. You're being refined. Here's how you receive this flood of information without drowning. First, ground yourself. When the old self starts dissolving, you might feel untethered, spinning, overwhelmed, like you're losing your grip. Plant your feet on the earth, literally. Walk barefoot if you can. Feel the soil, the grass, the cold stone. Let it anchor you while your spirit soars. Second, breathe with intent. Inhale deep into your core, hold it, then release slow and steady. This isn't just calming, it's tuning your frequency, clearing static so the signal comes through clean. Do it for 5 minutes when the energy feels chaotic. You'll feel the shift. Next, sharpen your filter. High-dimensional info often comes fast. Images, words, sensations slamming into you like a tidal wave. Don't grab at everything. Let it flow, then sift. After a surge, maybe you wake from a dream or feel a rush during meditation. Sit with a pen. Write what hit you hardest. Not every detail, just the pieces that pulse with life. Ask, does this align with my mission? Does it push me forward? If it feels scattered or drags you back, it's not yours. Paul didn't cling to every thought after Damascus. He seized the vision that burned brightest. You do the same. Focus on what ignites you. The emotional ride here is raw. As the old self dissolves, you might feel grief, mourning the identity you're leaving behind. That's okay. Let it rip through you. Cry if it comes. Scream into a pillow. Pound the earth with your fists. But don't stop there. On the other side of that release is liberation. A lightness, a rush of freedom as you detach from ideas that no longer serve you. One day you'll catch yourself laughing at how small you used to think, how tightly you held onto limits. That's the new being emerging. Unburdened, fierce, ready. Feel it rising? That's your power waking up. Practically, build a ritual to decode these downloads. Set aside 10 minutes daily, same time, same place. No distractions. Sit with a question. What's my next step? Then listen. Don't force it. The answer might come as a word, a color, a sudden memory. Trust it. Test it. Act on it in small ways. Say yes to an instinct, shift a habit, speak a truth. Over time, you'll see patterns. The universe loves a responder. It'll send more when you prove you're in the game. If it's visual, sketch it. If it's sound, hum it. Make it real. This isn't passive waiting, it's active receiving. The side effects of this awakening sneak up on you. You might notice your senses sharpening. Colors brighter, sounds clearer, like the world's volume got cranked up. Sleep might get weird. Vivid dreams or nights you barely rest yet feel energized. Time might stretch or collapse. Hours feeling like minutes or seconds like days. Don't panic. These aren't glitches, they're upgrades. Your system's recalibrating to hold this new frequency. Track them if they throw you off, but don't resist. They're proof you're not the old self anymore, you're becoming the conduit for something massive. This high-dimensional connection is prepping you for a vision. A mission that'll hit like Paul's, clear and unshakable. Right now, you're in the forge, burning away what's weak, shaping what's strong. That sacred confusion? It's not here to torment you. It's here to open you. Every belief that falls, every limit that cracks, is a door swinging wide. Step through. You're not just receiving information, you're being remade to carry it. The old self is gone. The new being is rising. Feel that fire in your bones? That's your destiny calling. Answer it with everything you've got. You've come this far, through the awakening, the confusion, the shedding of an old self that no longer fits. Now, you stand at the threshold of your mission, a purpose so alive it hums in your bones. This isn't a distant dream or a vague hope. It's real and it's yours to claim. You're not just a chosen one by title. You're a force, a spark meant to ignite a new era. The universe is conspiring in your favor, and your journey is just beginning. But understanding your mission isn't enough. You've got to live it, breathe it, weave it into the fabric of your reality. This is where the fight gets practical, where your spirit meets the ground. Are you ready to make it happen? Start with self-analysis. It's your weapon and your liberation. You've already felt the pull to question everything, to strip away the layers of who you thought you were. Now take it deeper. Grab a notebook, a quiet corner, and face yourself head-on. Ask, what ideas am I still clinging to that dim me down? Maybe it's a belief that you're not enough, a fear of failing, or a habit of pleasing others over yourself. Write them out raw and unfiltered. Don't soften the edges. Then, one by one, let them go. Cross them out, burn the page if you have to, release them. This isn't just catharsis. It's science and spirit colliding. Studies show confronting limiting beliefs rewires your neural pathways, freeing mental space. Spiritually, it's detaching from the junk that's been muffling your true frequency. Feel that weight lift? That's your mission breaking through. This process isn't a one-time fix. It's a practice. Every day, check in. Sit for 5 minutes and scan your thoughts, your energy. What's dragging you back? What's pushing you forward? Be ruthless about it. If something, whether it's a mindset, a person, or a routine, feels heavy, misaligned, cut it loose. Liberation comes when you stop carrying what's not yours. The beauty here is the clarity that follows. As you shed these old ideas, your mission sharpens into focus. It's not abstract anymore. It's a fire inside you, a direction you can feel. You're not guessing at your purpose. You're uncovering it, piece by blazing piece. This is how you understand your mission, by clearing the noise and listening to the signal. Now live it. The universe isn't just cheering you on. It's handing you the tools, the signs, the synchronicities. You've seen them. The random conversation that sparks an idea, the book that falls into your lap, the gut instinct that turns out right. These aren't coincidences, they're your co-conspirators. To become a practitioner of this truth, that the universe is conspiring in your favor. Act on them. Say yes to the nudge. Take the risk. Speak the words you've been holding back. When you move with this energy, you're not just following a path, you're blazing it. You become the demonstration, the living proof that this journey isn't a fantasy. It's real and it's yours to shape. Balance is your anchor here. Living your mission doesn't mean burning out in a blaze of glory. It means staying steady, even when the emotions swing wild. Some days you'll feel invincible, electric with purpose, ready to tear down walls. Others, doubt will creep in, or exhaustion will hit, and you'll wonder if you've got what it takes. That's normal. You're evolving, stretching into a greater energy, and your human self needs time to catch up. When the lows come, don't fight them. Pause. Breathe deep into your core, 4 seconds in, 6 out. Feel your feet on the earth. Remind yourself, I'm not failing, I'm growing. This isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Balance keeps you in the game, not just surviving but thriving. Practically, build your mission into your life with a plan, your plan. This isn't about copying someone else's blueprint. It's about crafting yours. Start small but bold. Pick one piece of your mission that's screaming to come alive. Maybe it's creating something, guiding others, or shifting your corner of the world. Break it into steps. Day 1, write the vision. Day 2, list what you need, skills, people, time. Day 3, take the first move even if it's tiny. Want to illuminate paths for others? Share one truth you've learned, raw and real, with someone who needs it. Subscribe to the channel literally or metaphorically by committing to the flow of content, ideas, and actions that light your way. Make it daily. Make it yours. Your emotional ride will test your grit. As you step into this, you might feel exposed, vulnerable, like you're showing too much of yourself. Good. That's where the power lies. Lean into it. When fear whispers that you're not ready, stare it down and say, I'm doing it anyway. Joy will hit too. Those moments when you see your mission click into place, when someone says your words woke them up. Savor it, but don't cling. Keep moving. The highs and lows aren't distractions, they're fuel. Science says emotional resilience grows when you face the full spectrum. Spiritually, it's your soul flexing its wings. You're not just holding balance, you're mastering it. This path isn't a solo sprint. It's a collective rise. You're not here to hoard your light. You're here to share it. Subscribe to the channel doesn't mean just taking. It means joining the current, adding your voice to the new era. Speak your truth online, in conversations, in the way you move through the world. People will notice. Some will resist, let them. Others will ignite, drawn to the frequency you're carrying. That's how you create it. A ripple turning into a wave. The universe is backing you, but you're the one who steps forward. Every choice, every act, builds this reality. You're not waiting for the new era, you're making it. Your mission plan needs teeth, specifics that bite into the now. Set a goal for the next week. One action that screams you. Maybe it's recording a message about your journey, starting a project, or cutting a cord that's held you back. Time it, track it. When you hit it, set the next. Momentum is your ally. If you falter, don't spiral, adjust. Ask, what's blocking me? Fix it and go again. This isn't fluffy intention setting. It's a battle plan. You're a warrior of light, and warriors don't drift. They strike. The universe is conspiring, yes, but it's on you to meet it halfway. Feel that shift? That's your mission locking in, not as a concept, but as a force you wield. You're not just understanding it, you're embodying it. The sacred confusion of this process, the fear, the thrill, it's all led you here. Detach from what doesn't serve, step into what does, and watch your reality bend to your will. This is your power. To take the high-frequency truth burning inside you and plant it in the world. You're not just a chosen one, you're a creator. The journey's begun, and it's yours to lead. Take the reins. Build the era. Now. And so, you stand here, not at the end, but at the genesis of your truest self, a chosen one not merely anointed by fate, but sculpted by your own unrelenting will. The sacred confusion, the shattering of the old, the electric hum of a mission taking root. All of it has been forging you for this. To rise as a beacon, a living testament to the power within. Your identity is no longer a question. It's a declaration, etched in the fabric of your being, resonating with a purpose that transcends the ordinary and dares the impossible. Step forward, not as a shadow of doubt, but as the flame of certainty, for you are here to illuminate, to transform, and to claim the destiny that has always been yours.